Wolf energy today. Wolf energy. Wolf energy is. Looking up wolf energy. Look up the wolf. Okay. Good. We have a positive note to start on. Did that much for myself and for all of you. The focus of the energy is based on the wolf energy. Now, the wolf energy is to support and teach about matters of personal power. So, learning about your personal strengths and everything. So that was what the overall energy is support and teaching. You know, which is it's how it resonates with you as far as becoming more in tune with your spirit animal, doing meditation to help find that. And usually what your subconscious will show you what is best suited for that moment as far as energy levels. That's why whenever I do this, I end up having a short meditation in the beginning to get the overall read for this day. So we're gonna work with the wolf, right? You know, like it says, wolves are misunderstood, right? Where's that one here? You know, like the wolf is like a pack, right? There's always like a pack, but males actually can be single, right? Like from a pack. If there's too many, you know, cooks will spill the coffee or ruin the soup or whatever, right? So spirit energy is working from the wolf meanings of spirituality, and you're willing to accept more open-ended teaching. You're basically surrendering to the energy of being able to be taught, being more open. But it's also about when it becomes a power animal, you need to place your trust in others. If you want to, you know, that's when you're calling in an energy, and the energy that you need to be focusing with is usually the visualization of an animal, if that's what you're looking for. Other visions that you can end up having due to meditation are meeting your higher self, which I think that's where I've kind of classified my learnings from, right? But it's also being able to be independent, right? You can be independent and doing your journey, right? I gotta get a coffee myself. So, you know, you start out as a group, as in most of your life, you're in a group setting when you're learning things, right? When you're like in school and stuff, you're in kind of like mini pack. That's kind of like how they classify a pack. And usually the wisdom that comes from the leader is taught to everybody, or is given an opportunity for everybody to learn from, right? I had experienced a really cool visualization, and it was sent to me through a video that this lady that I made a dream picture for. I made her a spirit animal. Her spirit animal was a turtle. I don't have the picture anymore, but it was a really cool dream picture that it turned out to be, with her clan colors. It took me a little bit to get the turtle shaped, but it looked like a turtle when I was done, like they do with the butterfly ones, but a turtle. And it turned out really amazing. When I do creating, or to be able to teach anybody, they have to be open and be honorable when you're learning. Right? Don't be taking it and just kind of scoffing it off, because it is coming from your higher self. Your subconscious is letting you know what departments is working. Right? That's about meditation, as far as meditation is concerned. But yeah, just be there, supportive people that are on their journey. Um, if somebody's asking you questions about it, answer the best way that you know how. Tell them about your experiences, like I tell you guys. I share my experiences with you, my personal ones, right? Um, so yeah, so the wolf energy is basically the overall feeling for this reading, and I'm grateful that we have that strong powerhouse of an animal coming through today. It was really awesome. Wolf is not one to be almost like it runs in stealth mode. Sometimes it can be an unpredictable situation if you have no control. Like when wolves end up going on the offense and trying to look for, or trying to look for um, like when you're looking for something that you need, like I'm gonna say to eat, but spiritually gaining, right? If it looks good, they tend to not really be, how to explain? They're elusive, right? They're more scared of being seen than being unseen, right? They're very stealth kind of worker. They approach their kill, and they have a maneuver. They have it already figured out before they even attack an animal, right? So it doesn't have to go into attack mode. When somebody is trying to teach you something, don't be defensive and just give them the respect that you would get if you were to explain a spiritual journey or a spirit animal or anything to do with the mystic side of things, right? What else? I think that's about it. But yeah, so the overall energy today that I received is wolf. Pack, work in a pack, you get things done. Team, what do you call team or membership? You know what I mean? Like membership into a group that you're accepted to, and work within that group, right? Be a worker and be a benefit to the pack, right? So put your your 2 cents in. If it's asking you for an opinion, then give your opinion. That's what you can give, is honorably give your opinion on a situation, and then let the person kind of step back and think about it. Let them see and apply it in their life, right? Check in, right? Just support them and give them the guidance that they need moving forward, right? So yeah, so that's about that. So basically, you're learning your independence. You're learning to stand on your own, right? But avoiding conflict, right? You only have to, to avoid a fight, like trying to keep out of the drama build, right? But they're very pack-like. Like they look after their own. And if you're accepted into a pack that's working for you, then stay with it. If it's making you move mountains, then why not stick with something that's working? Get information. The only way to get information is to ask the question, right? Whatever the question is how you ask the question, right? There's a lot of answers out there for people, but what resonates with you will resonate with you, right? But you've got to really look at the trust aspect of things as well. You have to be able to trust others to help you and guide you in the right direction. If the person's not really guiding you in the right direction, or it doesn't feel right, it kind of feels like you're going to the left and getting off track, then maybe recalibrate that experience and say, no, this is not working for me. This is kind of taking me down a path that I don't want to have to go through, because I've already been there, done that, right? So you want to get back right track, back into the situation. So you may have to, you know, move away from that situation to end up building a new one, right? So maybe the trust aspect of that pact is gone, or it's been tainted somehow by somebody in the pact not keeping their part, you know, honorable. Oh, okay. What it says is, Wolf is also very smart, loves autonomy, and is social teacher, strong social character. When you're asked for Wolf, you'll discover your intuitive blessing blossom alongside a healthy sense of self-confidence. Remember that your soul remembers what it feels like to be wild and free, to trust your feelings and choices. Look at the ordinary world in an extraordinary way, right? So you might be facing challenges. You could end up facing a challenge, but it's a very strong animal to be able to get your information and be able to do the personal aspects and look at, you know, what is right in front of you. Take a second look, right? Leave it for a minute or two, come back with it with a fresh pair of eyes, and check it out, right? You know, just the overall, what your understanding of a wolf animal is your understanding. So, you know, you can share and comment on how the wolf energy is going to be helping you, right? So we have the wolf energy. Yeah, I think the wolf energy is a mystic animal in itself. It's elusive. It doesn't let its intention known, and sometimes that's the best thing, because then people can't take advantage of that intention. You know, they're very they try to dominate. The domination in a pack is for the pack's benefit, right? There's an alpha male and alpha female. There's always like a strong person spiritually within a pack, right? In a spiritual pack. Yeah. So I think that, you know, the overall energy is being a powerhouse, being strength, standing within your own. Okay. I had the opportunity, like I was saying, about a video that was sent to me by this lady that she's very spiritual in the native aspect. She taught me a few things. I really enjoyed what she taught me, and just being honorable to be sitting with someone that has that much knowledge and is an elder. She was very gracious for her dream catcher. She has never seen such creativity before. As you can see behind me, I create my own, and I do them, you know, based on what spirit shows me to do. Right? I don't actually come up with them myself. It's more of a, you know, a creative force that walks in and takes over. And I just do it, you know, whatever colors or whatever is resonating at that moment from spirit, then that's usually what will get made. The irony is now that I sold one of the dream catchers to a lady, and it got ruined. Somebody went and ruined it on her. They didn't like it. They didn't like that she had something that she had cherished. She was going to give it to her child, which is really unfortunate, right? That be jealous and envy that you could have something nice and be able to gift it to someone else as well, right? But for somebody, you know, to be overall hard, you know what I mean? Like to go out to that extreme and ruin something for somebody else's pleasure. You know, it's not really a, you know, that's a mischievous energy, right? Which is unfortunate. So I'm going to work out something for her to be able to get another one done. And the irony is that she wanted the color of Phoenix, and this is what I need. This is how close it is for me, for creativity. I don't work on things unless, you know, it's given to me, right? So the funny thing is about this one, it's not funny. It's just confirmation about my spirituality and where I come from, and how it affects my life. Which it doesn't really affect my life, but when I need to get some work done, It doesn't allow me to. People on the outside, you know, partners, friends, everybody, you know, always has an opinion, right? And so learning those opinions. But what I wanted to say about this dream catcher is I created it, right? I wasn't intentionally making anything in particular, right? But it's now come to light that there is a reason why this one was made. Now, the reason behind it is these colors are the color of a phoenix, the red and the orange, the fire, the spirit. So yeah, so this is going to be called the phoenix catcher, right? This is phoenix. The colors of phoenix are on this dream catcher. I created this about 2 weeks ago, which was close to the time that she ended up having her ruin. So yeah, so I told her that I'd be able to make another one. I'm going to make this one in a traditional way though. I'm not sure if she wants that, but that's the way that it's supposed to be created. So that's the way that I will create it. So yeah, so this is what I mean as far as my connection to the spirit realm is very, very established, let's say. I don't ask questions. I usually wait for the response. I don't really go into that realm a lot anymore. I do when I have to do vision work or remote viewing. It helps a lot for doing those. But the neat thing is the colors of the phoenix are like red or orange, and the color of the dream catcher is red and orange. There's a little bit of, you know, a breakup in the color, right? Which is really in itself, it means something to me. It definitely resonated when I created it. And now there's so many requesting this. So that goes to show you how creative that it gets. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to work on. I could very well be making a bigger one. I'm not sure yet. I haven't conferred with her as to any of it, but I'll show her that this one has the colors, you know, and finish it off and present it to her, and she can accept or refuse. Which, you know, I don't understand it, but I do understand it. Like it's a blessing in itself, and you know, and how easily your creativity can be drawn when you're in tune with everything and you're in alignment with, you know, your higher self, or you know, just the overall energy of things, right? So, you know, one day I'll actually do one of these live on YouTube and show you the creativity and how it flows with me. But the thing is, the one thing that when I do make these, I do it in a creative mode, 100%. But when I am creating them, I don't work on them if I'm agitated or any kind of unbalanced energy within myself. I won't work on them. I refuse. So that means if somebody comes around, screws up the energy in my house, it screws up my creativity flow, right? So that's why I don't have a lot of people visiting. It's better that way. Trust me. You know, especially when they want to come in and be all envious of what you're doing and seeing that you're succeeding at things. And they have, you know, it's unfortunate that they have to be so shallow. You know, which, you know, you can only nod and smile, right? You know, but they don't ask you any questions to understand what's going on. They just assume and will shoot down whatever possibility of your creativeness because they were never recognized when they were young for being creative. So they take it on everybody around them. And that's when you end up with absolutely nobody wanting to hang out with you. You know, you dishonor the respect that the person does give you. You know, don't expect it to get returned again. Enough chances have been given when the person walks into my house asking or assuming situations because it's their ignorance, right, instead of understanding it, right? So, and I'm referring back to the day that I had somebody walk into my house and told me I was having a seance. It still is bugging me. I'm still a little perturbed about that, but you know, the only thing I can do is be like, you know, that just goes to show how ignorant people will be. And that's how ignorance has been for many centuries, as far as the white person and the natives. It's still an ignorance. She would never be a good person to confide in, 100%. I wouldn't even tell her, you know, the sky is blue. And that's all I would say. My day's going good. The sky's blue. That's it. They don't want to share anything with you, but she'll come over here and pump you for information and go and tell other people about it. Right? So there's no honor among her. And there's no honor among, ignorant people. They always give their 2 cents and they don't even understand how it works. Instead of asking how it works, they would rather just come in and screw up the whole pack energy and then walk out, right? And not be accountable for anything, right? But we all have to be accountable, right? We all have to share our duties within the pack cycle, right? That's like with friends, with relatives, with family. They're all different dynamics, right? So, and they adapt well to change, right? The wolf energy will adapt to the change and end up, forming a pack of its own, right? So that could be like your family, your children, your partnerships deserve to be, healed and dynamic and working. If it's not, they will stray away and just leave it behind, right? Or it will be brought to light, and the person will have to just be held accountable for their situation or their thing that they've kind of thrown at you. You can throw it right back, by the way. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that we got the wolf energy. Let's pull out the oracle cards. So it's definitely a spirit animal day. I'm kind of feeling, a little bit less wanting to deal with, how do you say, with the personal end of things that are personal to people, in the sense that personal goals and everything are great, but we're not really getting a lot of information how to get this through. Sometimes it's hard for me to reiterate what I go through into words. It was like I learned a whole new language when I did have my awakening, right? Let me just put that over there for now. I'm going to smudge the cards quick here. All right. So learning about, how to do your part, how to, teach somebody your journey, or, just share your journey. Okay, so I'm using the Animal Dreaming Oracle cards. These ones. They're actually really cool. It's great for me because I need to learn more about the spirit animal and dynamic or aspect of things. And this one, it gives you pretty much everything from, from a mouse all the way up to like a zebra, right? So A to Z as far as animals. And they even have it broken down into earth, air, fire, and what's the other one? Air, earth, water, and air, earth, water, or air, earth, water. What's the other one? I can't even remember. Yeah, I can't even remember. I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, so we're going to use these Animal Dreaming Oracle cards. I really got to get knowing these spirit animals for myself, to be able to read them better, and teach you how, to acknowledge your spirit animal when it does reveal itself, or the energy revealing itself to you. Meditation is a great way to the energy. If I do it, I can do it within a few minutes of basically starting, right? So we are going to take this. I'm going to just draw a blank in our mind. We don't want to focus on anything but spirit. Spirit will give us the answer to the card. And I'm going to try drawing the cards differently today. Okay, so the next card that's sticking out or protruding from the pack is the card we're going to draw. I didn't go together. I didn't have to be. Spirit is really taking its time. All right, so it's allowing the energy to flow, to be created. Great call. We're getting there. All right. We're going to draw a card. We have the dolphin breath. That's very important. Without breathing, you're definitely, if you're not living and you're not breathing, then you're not really succeeding at anything, right? When it comes to meditation, and the breath actually takes first note to a person. I don't know if you see that, but it's dolphin, kind of bright. I know I broke my screen on my laptop, so now it's like I have to like dual monitor it. So you can get closer now that you can actually see. There we go. So it's a dolphin, so breath. Learning to breathe and moving forward, right? Very smart move, but it has a lot to do with altered states. You can actually take yourself. Am I a medium? I am a. I classify myself as a shaman, medium. I do them as well as like photo reads of past people that have passed. I don't know. Is that what you're looking for as a medium? There isn't really anything I can't do. I love it. But back to the dolphin. Learning to breathe when you're doing meditation will also help with the transition into an altered state. Is very important. I can teach you about prana breathing, just regular meditation breaths, but how to slow your heart rate down so you can actually go into an altered state is very important. It's basically everything you do naturally. You don't even think about it. You just do it, right? You're on autopilot. When you're not breathing or you're, clogged up, it's hard to get a breath in. So you could feel like you're like drowning, right? Like your energy is just kind of like trying to make its way through. And it's like trying to go through a mud puddle with no tires. It's very difficult, right? But the knowledge is there to understand how it works. You breathe in, you breathe out, you breathe in, you breathe out. It's a natural occurrence. So the other important aspect of this is the bingo. We got the bingo. Is people that are telling you not to do certain aspects of whether it be meditation or spiritual work. Be wary of the ones that aren't honorably teaching you on the right path, right? Do you have a photo? When I do the medium, I like to have a photo sent so that I can see around what's around you. It will reveal itself in a photo for me, right? I've been able to do photo readings for 4 or 5 years now. As far as anything around you, just put this reading on hold for a minute. If you have a picture, you can email it. Send it to here. I'll give you my email, and I will check it as soon as you send it. And send me a current photo, and I will read it for you. That's how I do them. I do photo readings. Okay, so now back to reading. Let's just send that. We have the mystical part of things that are the result of your meditative state will actually bring you into a mystical magic. Kind of everything happens, right? And we don't understand it. We just allow it to happen, right? When it's moving in the right direction and you're moving forward, it's like a star in the sky. You don't understand it, but you know that it's there, right? You're not always able to reach. You're not always able to reach an altered state. So remember, don't panic if you don't. Just try something else. Like there's so many meditation videos out there for what do they call it? Astral projection is what you want to be looking at, right? Give me a second. Let me just meditate on it for a minute. I'll tell you what's around for sure. Well, I see a male and a female. The male has like the black rimmed glasses. The female wears a necklace, something shiny on her neck. There's something that you're trying to fix within yourself that you're, like for me, I just visioned like a needle and thread fixing something. Like there's something that needs to be fixed. Like you do with a needle and thread, you're fixing things. Are you a mechanic or something? It could be in relation to that. A repair person, you're repairing something. That's what I'm saying. Or this person is a repair person that you've known. It's definitely attached to the male energy. And I'm hearing like a grinding wheel, like people that sharpen like blades and stuff or sharp objects. So it's kind of like making a wordy sound going. I can't even do the sound, but it's like a grinding wheel almost that's going back and forth. Like just, it could mean that you're honing in on your personal aspects of your life. But it's mechanical, right? Something about mechanical aspect. I will sunny face just after I'm dealing with Kevin B right now. I'm not sure who the energy is then that's around you. But you'll end up probably running into somebody that knows the answer to that question, and you'll be like, wow, that's crazy. But it's kind of a oval, kind of square shape. Like his face is kind of ovally square shaped. They're like dark glass, like a reading glass or something. Like glasses, by reading or whatever. They don't wear them all the time. They take them on and off a lot. That just brought me all the way there. I just had the experience of traveling a long road, and then all of a sudden, bam, I was there. I don't know if that has anything to do with this person. It could be a car accident. It could be just a sharp ending to their life. Like their life was just shut, like cut, like boom, right? I'm hearing this like boom, boom. So it could be somebody that it was in an accident or had like a very quick passing. But that's what I saw was I'm not too sure who the female is. It was just a brief image of her. It was like she popped in, she popped out. They might not be, the male is very strong in his power of being able to learning to manifest his vision, like connection to our physical realm. He's learning more. They don't have a name though. I can. It was in the morning, a.m. I'm seeing the word a.m. So it could be the initials or it could be a.m. in the morning. Just giving you some options so you can put the two together. They definitely don't know each other though. Like they don't know. This person doesn't know this person, but they're connected to you somehow. or your energy somehow. So maybe look into it. Maybe it was somebody that AM is what I said. A, as in like AM, A, and then an M, but they were like separated, like the name was, right? Hey, Elizabeth. So Kevin, it's like A is over here and B is over here, but M, right? So it could be the initial A for the female and initial G or M for the male, right? But AM is what I'm seeing. If there's an A, like a capital A and a capital M. So it's probably the beginning of their name. Usually when you see the capital letters, it usually starts with that, right? So it'll be in capital for both, right? So it's revealing that it's a male and female, but I'm not sure how they're connected to you. You have to go do some homework and figure that out, and let me know so then I can go further in. I don't like to go into like a lot of details because we are public. So A and M, yeah, there's an A and there's an M. So I don't know if it's backwards, forwards, but how it correlates to the situation is something that you'll have to ask around. But I do know that they're not directly connected to you, but they're connected to you in a sense of through, it could be through relative or friendship that you had like it's more like an acquaintance type thing. Like it's not directly affected you, but it's causing you some questions because they're trying to come through, right? But allow them to acknowledge that they're there. Let them manifest some more energy while they're there. If they're, you can feel them around. More than likely, you're going to have that energy. Be acknowledgeable of when you do see it. It could come in like a shadow form. It could also come in through your dreams. But just allow it to be there, right? It's finding that it's comfortable there. It feels safe within that dimension that you are currently living at. It could be connection that you brought with you through this lifetime from a past life. It could very well be as well. But if you're seeing like dark shadows out of the corner of your eye, acknowledge that they're there. Don't give them any power. Just say, yeah, I saw you. Okay, good. Because they usually come and go as quick as they can, right? They don't like to stick around. When you are drawing in on your own power, when these things happen, always go within and create. If you want them around, then create a sanctuary. I do it. I have all kinds of energies around me, and they usually show up random times through dreams, through spiritual work, right? So be aware of them, right? They could be disconnected to you from being in the same kind of dynamic that you're in. They feel safe coming through with you. Never freak out when you see them because they don't want to harm. They are not there to harm anybody. They're just trying to have somebody kind of acknowledge that they're there, right? And if you acknowledge them, you may end up finding that you'll have interactions with them on a regular basis, right? When you actually allow them to, kind of chill out and hang. Just don't be fearful of them. There's nothing to fear. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to be like, except for when I've done it, they've got my attention, right? They're watching out for you, like they're almost like a guardian type energy. Like they're there, like I said, you could have brought this with you through your lifetime. But these energies are not. The male is more how do you say it? More accessible to the physical realm than the female is. She's just learning. She's had just starting to be able to come through because you're making the connections. So yeah, meditate. You can also connect that way as well. But they're definitely not, not energy that wants to leave. They want to stay connected, but they don't want to have to go. You know what I mean? Like they're not ready to finish off with whatever work they want to do here, or communicate and have like a guardian looking over everything you're doing. It could very well be you've been assigned angels and you just need to connect with them. Like I don't see them as evil energy at all. I see them as very constructive, kind of trying to manifest things in life, making it worthwhile, that their job is attuned to you, right? I actually love it when they come when I have them pop in like a lunch. You're most welcome, Kev. But check into it. It could be even history of the place that you're living, right? In the general area. So we're going to do some homework on, you know, who used to live where you were in past or whatever. Could be related to the house as well. But I'm seeing a long road and all of a sudden, bam, it's like hit a wall, right? So, or maybe that's the energy hitting the wall. I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm joking. But yeah, just be aware of them. Acknowledge that they're there, and you may end up getting them to manifest more if you're just willing and open to the actual experience. Right? I wish you all the best with it. Kevin, let me know how it goes. Always check back, and you never know what might come through. Right? So you're most welcome. So Sunny Face, can you tell me how the Aquarius male feels towards me since I confronted him? You're most welcome, Kev. Stop by any time. You know, you can always ask the questions. I'm always here to answer them. Right? All right, so we're going to ask. Oh, so we're going to do Sunny Faces. Okay. When are you making donations? Okay, so. I'm using the angel. All right, I don't know oracles today. Transmutation. Not very pleasant. You know, like look at this. This snake looks like it's ready to attack. Okay, so, like it looks like it's like stay away from me. Like may not be very receptive on the confrontation, or it could be this could be your energy confronting and protecting yourself from it. Like when snakes get into a coil or whatever, and they stand up and they're ready to attack. You know, I don't know if it was the best thing that you should have done. I don't feel it as a very positive situation coming through. Like it's because your transformation, you're transmutating, like you're changing, right? So the person that was finding that very hard to allow or to be around, you know, like a snake, it kind of, you know, it works its way through, right? This could be in relation to his transmutation, that, you know, he needs to change his aspects in his life. You know, like he started doing it and then he just kind of stopped. You know, seeing how 3 parts of his body are different colors, right? So he started to do the transformation, but then he gave up. So the willingness to continue with shedding that old skin is probably not going to happen for any time in the near future. But he does have a goal that he's working towards that, you know, a lot of people aren't aware of, or this could be your growing and changing and ever changing, right? To allow change to happen. Don't try to be the one that is not allowing it to move forward, because it's just a natural process. You have to do, you know, the transmutation is just a general thing. Oh, we got the ant. So strength. The ant card jumped out, you know, and we know that ants, they carry like heavy loads, right? So you could be carrying a lot for yourself right now. This could be your strength, that you have a lot of it moving up, to be able to carry on what you have so far and being able to maneuver with it all. It's like you have the house on your back, right? So it's like, you know, you're ready to move and work hard and keep moving forward, right? Because you can carry a lot. Like you can, you know, like an ant, they say they can carry more than their body weight, right? You know what I mean? Is it 10 times? Like 10 times the weight of what you want. And you might be carrying a lot. That could very well be why you want to confront this person. Because the changes that you're going through, you want a little support. Just like I said, in regards to the overall energy for today is the wolf. And working as like a unit, not as an individual, but you can carry your own. You know what I mean? Like you're an independent person to this person, but the person may not like the changes that he or that he would have gone through. He's not understanding change, right? He's not understanding the spiritual end of things for you and how important they are, that you carry it all with you, right? And it's just something that you naturally do, right? So yeah, but you're moving forward. They're kind of trying to figure out the pathway, right? They're trying to figure out what position they're going in, and they're not quite aware of how this is going to turn out, right? You know, they could be going through the gas against something that's dangerous and not even realize it until they get there, right? Because snakes don't really think about things, right? They use their senses, right? So if your senses are telling you something, be more attuned to them. Definitely be more attuned to them, and that can be achieved through listening and quieting your mind and just listening to what is going on around you, right? But I don't feel that it's going to have to be dealt with a conflict. They're just being protective of themselves and their energy, or you are. I think this is more your energy. This is the way that you approached it was like, you know, a snake. You were offended, or you were put back with this person, and you had to coil up and get ready to strike. So maybe the accountability isn't being felt, like you're having to carry most of it, like the lamp that does, right? Keeps moving, keeps working, keeps going hard, and you know the other person's kind of shying away from it. I don't know. It doesn't show me that the animals are even looking each other in the eye. They're not even, you know, seeing eye to eye yet. So that could be just allowing that person to stay in their energy, let them work through it, and stop carrying so much of their energy with you, even though you can. They're going through their own change right now, and they're not understanding why it's happening, right? But it's just something that happened. Let me look up that snake a little bit more here. So we've got, remember that? 14? Okay, so 14. You know, like it's a fire energy that you're dealing with. I'm little spectacles here, guys. Yeah. So, okay, so this also can mean like the feminine and masculine part of it too, right? Both solar and lunar influence in this area of life and death and of healing. So right there in itself, the whole initial part, the transformation, the transmutation, is change, right? You're healing, and that venom, it can hurt when you get bit. You know, like when you go to bite someone, you may not realize how badly you've kind of put that, you know, energy, or you might not be compassionate to a person's feelings, right? And that's what you had to do, right? Was basically bite them good, make sure that you sunk your teeth in, kind of thing, and just be gone, done with it, right? Let it do its own course now, right? That's what I'm kind of picking up as well. So it can be seen as a representation of healing. And we intend to move into the next phase of our life, right? So it's the transformation and just allowing it to happen naturally, right? As a symbol of how you now employed by the medical fraternity in the Caduceus is stylish emblem incorporating a pair of snakes entwining together in the sacred act of copulation, working themselves as one around a staff, taking on a symbolic journey of higher mystical realms. Before we can become what we yearn for in our lives, we must first prepare to identify the things we no longer want or need. So there you go. It gives you so yeah, you struck, and now it's time just to let nature take its course, right? It's time for that energy to either be die off, or, you know, it's spiritual. I'm not saying the person has to die, okay? And their connection to you has to be terminated, like cut, right? As far as our little Mr. Ant, we've got another, that's another, oh, it's strength, right? So yeah, So if they enter spirit into your cards today, ask yourself if you are operating from a team member or as a sole agent, right? Glasses. I can't even read this. This is so small. Are you honoring by the role of your supervisor or boss? Are you considering a difficulty of task? Are you honoring your spouse or lover? Are you pulling your weight around home? Are you expecting others to take care of you? Are you taking care of them? So find the, it says in the next one, it says, find the strength to take responsibility for your own life. Don't worry about everybody else around, right? And don't expect others to sacrifice their values and beliefs to support yours, okay? So that could be why you guys aren't communicating on the same page, right? Responsibility was being placed on the relationship and not enough on the personal aspects of your guys' relationship. Wow, that's crazy. So they're sneaky slithering, yeah, definitely like a snake is sneaky. You don't even hear it coming. It just shows up, boom, right? You don't even notice it's there until after it's already, bit you or whatever, right? But yeah, but just be aware of that, right? Be aware of your own personal life. Don't worry so much about the effects of others having on it. If they're gonna meddle into your business behind your back or stalk you or anything, then you can, like you said, just block them. Don't allow them through, but don't give it any energy to manifest into something else, right? Don't allow it to control you or consume you. You got bigger things to worry about than actually somebody else being a stalker. If it gets severe, then report it by all means. Call your local authorities and say, listen, this person is really bothering me. If it's becoming like threat issue, it's threatening your personal aspects of you, and you're coming into contact with somebody that's being a stalker. You know what I mean? But just worry about what you have to do, right? Just put a block to it, cut the cord. See you later. Adios. Have a great life. If this is what you want to do with your life, then go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Like that full energy. You're just moving away from that growth area, right? Because there's nothing good growing from there. Right? You want to have a happier, more balanced, and be able to carry your shit. Carry your own needs. You have enough of them. You don't need to be carrying on with this type of person that's going to suck the energy out of your life. And I hate this couch because it's squeaking, right? So pull into your wolf path here, the wolf energy, and be standing in your own and defending what is your territory, right? Like wolves do. They're very territorial, right? Their personal space is very important. They don't allow anybody close to them. They don't allow someone just to jump in and be able to be part of it, right? So be selective of who you're letting in your circle too. Okay, it's there. 1 second, I have to let my cat in. She's meowing outside. I heard her. Yeah, I guess she would. I don't know. I just sounded heard her. My partner heard her too. So I don't know. And how will we meet? Will we meet RM soon? What does that mean? I don't know what RM means. And how can I send a donation? Oh, donations can go to. One sec here. I'll type it in here. Oops. You can take your donations there. The link is there. How can I? So, will you meet RM soon? So you're asking about meeting someone else now. Sorry, I'm not good on the short form here. Will you meet someone soon? I think you should just take your time and do, you know, seeing as you got a lot that you're carrying, mind you, you know, you're used to it. As far as meeting someone, is it in the cards for you to be meeting someone? Definitely ask energies and spirit to give me an answer for that. Because we are only allowed one question per day. But I'll give you one. Opportunity. If the opportunity knocks, take it, I guess. We've got this little possum in the tree that says opportunities, right? So if the opportunity is presenting itself and you feel good about it, then go for it. If it's not feeling good or it's not, you know, feeling perfect, then evaluate if it's really worth it, right? So you'll have a lot of opportunities to be able to do that, right? So you can go ahead and, yeah, this is possibly in the cards for you, right? But don't mess it up, right? Make sure that you've got all your work or your spiritual work kind of finished. These opportunities to come and reveal themselves to you. They're not going to be the normal kind of traditional ways maybe that you're expecting it to happen. Maybe it could be very random. Right? So always be aware of what your energy is doing and where it's going. But there's going to be opportunity. Oh, okay. There'll be opportunities made for that to happen then. Didn't I see, what's your name here? Elizabeth's here. Daisy and them didn't show up, eh? Alrighty. Oh, okay. So yeah. There'll be definite opportunities showing themselves. Is this someone that you're interested in? If you put the positive energy towards that person, light a red candle, make them, I've done this before and it works. Take a red candle and a picture or visualize in your mind when you light the candle, and then when you, what is it? Okay. We'll have to type in what you have to say, what you do the incantation. Okay, so you're gonna look for a love spell. Where is it? Love. Where is it? No, okay. Let's see here. One sec. I have to find where I wrote it down. Okay. So you can do this. You can take a red candle, go outside on a Friday night, and set up your, set it up outside. Call on the elemental guardians, and make sure that you're dealing at the north edge of your circle, like facing the north. And smudge your circle first. Then put down, engrave your desired one name into the candle. So put his initials RM into it. Then light the candle, and then you're going to say, Diana, goddess of love, I ask that you hear me. Please let RM send love towards me. So mote it be. Okay, go to moon, then you light the candle, and then you say, may you think about me day and night, RM, right? Now kiss the candle while it's lit. Stare into the flame and visualize you and the one you love together in love for about 30 seconds and let the candle burn out. So yeah. You know, there's different ones for it. There's longer ones though. Yeah, there's quite a few longer ones that work as well, right? That you can try. But yeah, so love. So yeah, it's easy, or you can use a picture, or you can visualize it, and then you do it however it resonates with you and how you feel that your connection should be with this person. Like you can kind of use that as a guideline, but you can actually just take it and whatever works for you is going to work for you, right? So it means that some spells that you say don't work because they're not. The intention isn't being purely done by your energy. It's using the energy of someone that created that already. So just you can revamp it, make it work for you, right? But yeah, your good intentions into the relationship. Ask the universe to help you with that. Whatever comes to mind as far as this person's energy or connection to them, make it more direct. You want to be more in tune with this person. Whatever you want to add to the situation or to the spell itself. But always use a red candle, right? Because red represents love. That's why sometimes I'll light like a red candle here, or and see what happens. But the last person that used that ended up having communication with their ex within a couple weeks. So if you're ready for that connection with this person, then go for it. If you're not quite ready and you're kind of nervous about it, look at why you're being nervous. I'm just wondering why it's showing up as nervous. It's just like butterflies because you're excited. You know what I mean? Like evaluate your feelings when you're doing this, right? So you don't end up setting up the wrong intention, right? As well. Be compassionate towards a person, even though it's not messing with their free will, and make sure that you're not messing with their free will in regards to disconnection, right? We're always working from our point of view. You can send it out there and see what comes back, right? And hope for the best. Right? Your intentions have to be very, very clear, as to what you're asking. Yeah. So, who else is? So that is how you do a love spell. Yeah. What is this? Okay. So yeah, you're most welcome. Oh, my hair looks good today. I actually like it. Decline. So yeah. So I don't know what else is going on, guys. But yeah, so yeah. The body's sore. I have a really bad shoulder. I don't know why it's not getting any better. It's not. It's not getting any better. So yeah. Energy. It's all about the energy. So yeah, so the overall will make sure you're standing your ground, protecting what's close to you, protecting your path. So yeah, let me know. But we're doing an hour here, so we're going to cut it short. Later on, I'm going to be pulling out the spirit box. We're going to do some meetings with them and see what we end up with. We didn't do it last night, but tonight we're going to end up doing it. I think I have it scheduled for 6:30. I think 6:30. You'll be tuning in around 9:30 Eastern time, which is 6:30 here, Pacific Standard Time. Right, so a lot of people operate in Eastern Standard Time. It'll be 9:30 Eastern Standard Time that we'll be doing the spirit box. All right. So hopefully you guys have a blessed afternoon, evening, and we will check back with you in a few hours. Be sure to tune in. Love you guys. Bye.